It's no easy thing to cut ties with low-cost manufacturing centers like Bangladesh and keep costs low. But the costs of not doing so are even higher, as an inside look at footwear maker Nike shows. WSJ's Shelley Banjo joins us this morning from Washington with exclusive details on a deep dive into the company. Thank you for being there, Shelley.
Thanks, Simon.
So you've been looking into sort of the dilemmas that Nike faces, and it's tough, right? You know, we want affordable shoe wear. They want to sell shoe wear that's affordable, and at the same time, they don't want to be getting that affordable shoe wear produced by, you know, places that have dangerous conditions.
That's right, Simon. This is a really old debate going back decades. We took an inside look at Nike. Started about a year ago after the Rana Plaza building collapse in Bangladesh, when 1,100 people died, and it really refocused attention on all of these areas. To be clear, Nike wasn't involved in the Rana Plaza collapse, but they've been such a symbol of this low-cost manufacturing around the world for so many years. We wanted to take an inside look as to what those conversations are inside the company.
And what did you find? Is there a lot of tension about this, or is it a just black and white situation?
I think there's constant tension between companies that are trying to find the lowest cost to produce clothing and shoes, and doing it in a safe way.
So doing it in a safe way, it's one of those things that's a bit of a moving target. In your story, you detail a visit to the factory where there are bolts of cloth lying in, you know, but just around, not really safe, which could be a massive fire hazard.
Yeah, this factory in particular, Nike had been with for more than 10 years. And so the question for Nike was, well, what took you so long after 10 years, doing this? And Nike said, you know, we realized that this was not the kind of factory that we want to be doing business in. But at the same time, you know, they still have 4 factories that they're doing business with in Bangladesh, and they're not leaving the country as other retailers have done after the collapse last year.
And now, your story also details a couple of black eyes for Nike, where they had pictures of children sewing up footballs, soccer balls, and that got them in a bit of trouble. And that's a brand problem, isn't it, for them, because it sort of impinges on their brand.
I think it certainly started off that way. I think that was the first realization that the company had, that people aren't going to want to buy necessarily these items, and particularly college students and teenagers that are Nike's target market. But I think it's since evolved into something bigger at the company, and it's realizing that in some ways it can actually save costs by partnering with these companies that make their shoes and clothing for a longer term, rather than cutting and running every single time they have a new order.
Now, one of the things I know that Phil Knight said, you know, or is believed to have said that the picture of a boy stitching a ball that appears to be inflated can't be right because they're not made that way. But still, the black eye is still there. Thank you very much, Shelley Banjo of the Wall Street Journal.